Coming up on OU Nightly, we're tracking cold front. It's on the move. It arrives by tomorrow morning. I'll time it out.
Governor Stitt makes it official. The grocery tax is gone. Find out when you'll be saving money. Plus, how the OU dentist students are making kids smile. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Melina Samere.
And I'm Noah Mack. We begin tonight with a major overnight temperature change.
OU Nightly meteorologist Coy Taylor is in the studio with the first look at the weather. Coy.
Noah, Melina, yes, the cold front is on the move. I don't know if you can spot it on the map here, but you can really see the temperature gradient that we have going on. Here's our cold front. I'll put that on the screen for you. Let's get a look at temperatures across our region. It's already 55 degrees after the cold front moved through there in Kansas City. We're currently in the upper 70s, near 80 degrees. So you can actually see the cold front. These clouds, these puffy cumulus clouds, that's the cold front on satellite. It's pushed its way into northwest Oklahoma. Actually, we have fires ongoing in northwest Oklahoma. That's shifted the fire direction. The fire was spreading off towards the northwest. Now it's spreading due south thanks to that north wind from the cold front. So again, right now we're about 79 degrees. By tomorrow morning, it's going to be chilly, 29 degrees. So nice for the next few hours. The cold front arrives as we go here over the next couple of hours, and then winter's back for a day. I'll have much more in my full forecast.
Thanks, Coy. And come August, Oklahomans can look forward to spending a little less at the grocery store. Surrounded by House and Senate leaders, Governor Kevin Stitt signed a bill today to eliminate the state portion of the grocery tax. The bill passed the two legislative chambers last week in a widely bipartisan effort. Senate Pro Tem Greg Treat was asked about another tax effort, cutting the income tax, and he was hesitant to comment.
Come on, Greg. Listen, we think we need to put Oklahoma on a path to zero. Like I've said always, when you have excess revenue, what are you going to do with that excess revenue?
And Stitt's income tax plan hangs in limbo after it passed the House, but Treat says this grocery tax cut will be the only one to pass the Senate.
Now the Norman community will come together again this week to remember the life of non-binary teen Nex Benedict. Nex attended Owasso High School and died after telling police they had been bullied and involved in a fight in the school's bathroom. And Oklahoma Senator Tom Wood called the LGBTQ+ community filth in response to Nex's death. OU Nightly's Kaylee Fan is live at Andrews Park, where a march to honor Nex will end up tomorrow. Kaylee?
That's right. The Norman community was here just behind me on Saturday evening and will be here again tomorrow afternoon following a march starting at 12 p.m. on the South Oval in honor of Nex Benedict. I spoke with the march organizer as to why it's so important that the Norman community is coming together.
We are a religious state. We are going to fight to keep that filth out of the state of Oklahoma because we're a Christian state. We're a moral state.
It's strong language like this from Oklahoma lawmakers that make students like Sadoki Jesus Daffron feel it's important to continue to speak up for queer and trans youth.
What Senator Tom Wood said was horrible, unprofessional, unpatriotic to whatever he stands for. What he said was, I believe, is not a Christian value.
He says this March for Nex is to show solidarity for queer and indigenous communities, as Nex had Choctaw ancestry. Daffron, who, like Nex, is indigenous, says that their death was a story that he felt he knew all too well.
I say to myself that the tears that I've cried and the pain that I felt is power, and I'm going to use that as strength.
He hopes OU and Norman community members show up and show out, and that, above all else, they honor a life lost.
Remember Nex's name. That's what's most important. Remember who they are, where they came from, what they liked.
Daffron says that after the initial march, other speakers and other advocates will be present, and that he hopes to inspire people to take a stand and demand change for 2S LGBTQ+ people here in Oklahoma. And as a fellow member of the indigenous community, he will be praying for Nex's family. Reporting live from Andrews Park, Kaylee Fan, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Kaylee. The U.S. president says a ceasefire may be coming as the Israel-Hamas war heads into its 5th month. OU Nightly's Brick Griggs has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
President Joe Biden says that a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war is likely approaching. Biden said earlier this morning that Israel will be willing to pause any attacks in Gaza during Ramadan, a sacred Islamic holiday, if hostages are released. The president told reporters that he is hoping for a ceasefire by Monday. And more on the war, the Prime Minister of Palestine and his government have resigned, as Gaza is still under attack. This comes after pressure from the United States to reform the Palestinian Authority. A recent survey found that more than 60% of Palestinians want the government dissolved. President Mahmoud Abbas, who is also losing support in Palestine, has not made a statement of the resignation. In Georgia, a hearing just wrapped to decide if the Fulton County District Attorney should be disqualified from Donald Trump's election interference case. The former president wants to remove Fani Willis on allegations that she had a former romantic relationship with Nathan Wade, the prosecutor she hired for the case. The key witness, Wade's former law partner and divorce lawyer, testified today saying he did not know about the relationship. And in New York City, students at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine will be tuition-free, thanks to a former professor who donated $1 billion to the school. Melina, Noah, back to you.
Thank you for that, Brooke. Now the Department of Education announces updates to a form that prospective college students fill out for financial aid. The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, allows the department to calculate the amount of aid students will get. More students can receive grants and create a faster approach for processing student records. The department is going to send personnel to lower resource colleges to help with student aid offer packages.
A pick of the litter is zooming to find her forever home.
What makes this pup a unique fit to your home? Up next.
And social media companies and the U.S. Supreme Court are discussing who should moderate their platforms.
Details on that hearing.
This week's pet is the last of 3 litter mates that came into Norman Animal Welfare, and she's looking for that forever home. OU Nightly's Abigail Franklin has more in this week's Pet of the Week.
Norman Animal Welfare has another mix of all the right breeds, and this Zoomy Queen is looking for someone to take her on her forever adventure. Meet Dottie, a long-stay pup looking to zoom into her new home.
We're not real sure why she's still here. She's kind of one of those that we are perplexed by why she's been here so long. She's smaller, so she's good for a variety of different spaces.
She's the last one of her litter mates left at the shelter. Now it's Dottie's turn to get her final home.
Dottie would be great for a family, so kids who are just gonna run around the backyard and play with her, or she can just join in on the fun. She would be good for people without kids if they're active, going for runs. She'd probably be really good for that.
Whether you have kids or a weekend hike, all Dottie needs is a new owner to love.
She would be happy to just have someone who's gonna take her on walks, show her some love. She gets the zoomies. When she gets attention, when she gets pets, she gets so excited she just zooms around.
Miss Dottie has lots of energy, but she says with the spring weather starting up, how could you possibly pass on a dog like her? So if you're looking to take a chance on a new furry friend, Norman Animal Welfare has Dottie waiting for you. Abigail Franklin, OU Nightly.
If you're interested in adopting Dottie, you can get in contact with Norman Animal Welfare about her today with any of the options on your screen. She is fully spayed, fully vaccinated, and her adoption fee is waived. It's never too late to help a pet in need.
And the Supreme Court is hearing arguments regarding the First Amendment with the potential to change the course of social media in the country. States are arguing they can ban social media companies from blocking content in order to protect the user's free speech. Social media companies argue this infringes on their First Amendment right to moderate their own platforms. States such as Texas and Florida have passed laws forbidding social media companies from blocking or removing user content that goes against their platform rules.
It's all big smiles and fun for kids in the OKC Metro.
How one OU medical program is inspiring them, coming up.
And your campus weather authority is using radar to track out the cold front. It's on its way to Central Oklahoma. We'll tell you when it arrives in your neighborhood. That's after the break. Happy Tuesday, Oklahoma. It's going to be a wild weather week as we go throughout the next couple of hours and into the later part of this week. But it's got a spring feeling in the air. We've been rather warm for February standards, that's for sure, here in Oklahoma. We already have some trees starting to bloom a little bit early. Here's the Bradford pear trees. They're already starting to send out blooms across central Oklahoma. This photo taken in Reeves Park, and even outside Gaylord Hall from where we broadcast, this tree starting to shoot out some leaves. But the bad news, we got a cold front incoming, and we're going to be below freezing as we head into tomorrow morning. So some of those flowers and leaves could get frostbit and maybe set some of those trees back. But we do have high tree pollen right now. That's mainly because the cedar trees out there, but we're starting to see more things bloom. So I'd expect the grasses, the weeds, and the mold to kind of come up as we head here over the next couple of days. But the main weather story today is going to be this cold front. It's already pushed in through the panhandle. We're going to see it push into central Oklahoma here over the next couple of hours. And then by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to be really chilly across the area. So it moves into northwest Oklahoma here over the next couple of hours. It's to Oklahoma City by around 7 p.m. this evening, between 7 and 8. And then it moves into Norman. We're to 70 at 8 p.m. this evening. And by 10 p.m., we're already down to 45 degrees. And then it will push through the rest of the state as we head to tomorrow morning, and our low temperatures should check in the time you're waking up at about 6 a.m., 7 a.m., around 29 degrees just before sunrise. We'll also see the wind shift with that cold front. So that's how you'll be able to tell if it moves through. You'll see a south wind before, then a northwest wind after. When you factor in that with the cold air it's bringing in, we'll have feels like temperatures around 20 degrees here in the metro. It's going to feel like the teens up in northwest Oklahoma into the panhandle. But it is cloudy right now. We're awaiting that cold front. Here's our weather center camera right now. It's 79 degrees in Norman, mostly cloudy. The sensor's kind of bad there, but it feels like 79. It's going to be feeling like 20 when you wake up tomorrow morning. So that's a 50-degree temperature swing as we head into tomorrow. And here's going to be our southwest winds at about 16 miles per hour. So here's our current temperatures again. That's where the front is right there, where you see the greens meet the yellow up in the northwest. We're at 52 in Guymon, 55 in Woodward. We're near 80 in the metro, even out towards Elk City. We have ongoing fires in the Texas Panhandle and the northwest Oklahoma. That's being fueled by the dry conditions and what would be the strong gusty winds. 29 degrees tonight. Temps tank, that's what we're calling it. Northwest winds at about 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, it's still going to be a little blustery. We'll have north winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, mostly cloudy conditions. 47 degrees, our high temperature. It's not going to feel quite like 47. Our feels like temperature will be a little bit lower than that. Here's our 7-day forecast. Again, cold tomorrow as it comes through that cold front overnight. We moderate a little bit on Thursday before, as we head into Friday, we're back to the 70s. So the first day of March is going to be feeling like spring again. It's just a little blip in our radar. So you'll want the hats, gloves, and coats if you're going to be on the South Oval walking to class tomorrow morning.
So for those who have put away their winter gear, time to bring it back out, essentially.
Yes, for the next 2 days. And then as we head in to this weekend, we'll be back to shorts and t-shirts.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Coy. Now, children across Oklahoma who don't see a dentist on a regular basis are benefiting from OU dental students. OU Nightly's Kaylee Jo Hommel has more on how one OU college is leaving kids grinning from ear to ear.
My son is 8 years old and we have never been to any dentist before. So we were kind of nervous when we were here. All the staff they were very friendly. It felt good, yeah.
University of Oklahoma dental students are giving more than just a healthy smile. OU College of Dentistry held its annual Kids Day Saturday.
Kids Day is a day that we can give back to the community and really to reach out to those patients that maybe have a hard time gaining access to care.
Under professional supervision, OU students volunteer their services to over 100 children, ages 4 through 12. Kids from across the state received free cleanings, fillings, and crowns. The dental school staff hopes the event inspires students to continue the outreach into their careers.
To encourage students so when they graduate that they will think about giving back in their communities.
The event began in 1997, and ever since it's been planned and ran by students. Every year, it's those smiles leaving the building that helps these future dentists know that they're making a difference.
Kids are still leaving just with that bright smile and saying what a great time they had and how thankful they are, and just seeing how many families' lives are changed just by this access to care, I think really reminds us how influential this can be.
The school says it will hold the event every February, which is Children's Oral Health Month. Reporting from Oklahoma City, Kaylee Jo Hommel, OU Nightly.
The OU College of Dentistry offers various types of oral health care at discounted rates. The different options are found on the school's website. One OU Hoops squad remains hot on the hardwood as the regular season closes out.
And they're on the brink of bringing home some hardware for the second straight year. OU Nightly's Kaylee Jo Hommel has more in sports.
And from Clutch City to the 405, the Oklahoma City Thunder are ready for takeoff. I'll have how OKC is feeling heading into the second game of a home-to-home series up next in sports. Hello, I'm Kaylee Jo Hommel, and it's time for sports. The Oxford Dictionary defines bedlam as a scene of uproar, with the latest from OU men's basketball being nothing short. Take a look, Javian McCollum buries the three for a bedlam buzzer beater for the last Big 12 battle of this rivalry. The Sooners storm into Cyclone Country tomorrow night, hoping to keep the momentum against number 8 Iowa State. And OU senior guard Rivaldo Suarez is confident riding into the rest of the season.
I don't have that many games guaranteed left, and I'm just trying to play every game. I think we're all doing it on this team, playing every game like it's our last. We think we're the best team in the country, and that's the type of confidence we have to have against every team that we play.
As for the OU women, they're coming off a win in the same historic rivalry and host another team in orange Sooner fans hate tomorrow. The Red River Showdown is back at the Lloyd Noble Center with a top 20 matchup against Texas. Head coach Jenny Baranchek hopes fans show up regardless of opponent.
What I don't want them to come out for the championship. I don't want them to come out because it's OU Texas. I want them to come out because today they watched this team and they fell in love with this team the way that they play. That's what you want. Because then guess what's going to happen next year? They're going to come back.
Taking off at the Paycom Center tonight, Oklahoma City welcomes the Rockets. The Thunder prepares to land their 6th win in a row and prove they should be the star of the Western Conference. Shooting guard Aaron Wiggins uses their last win versus H-Town as a way to learn.
Just understanding the things that, our strengths. When we played our strengths, we're better. I think we had a slow start, just kind of getting in our groove and playing to our identity in the first half at Houston. So tonight, got to make sure that we're just kind of, locked in with the style of play that we want to play from the jump.
Making their mark on the mat, OU men's gymnastics dominates the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation. Sophomore Fuzzy Benas earned MPSF Gymnast of the Week, and senior Jack Freeman was named Specialist of the Week. The Sooners return to NCAA action Saturday with a meet at Michigan. And the awards continue with the tennis trophy. OU women's tennis standout Julia Ruiz Garcia is Big 12 Player of the Week. The sophomore went 3-0 in doubles and singles over the weekend, earning 2 ranked wins for the Crimson and Cream. Melina, Noah.
Thanks, Kaylee Jo. From the U.S. to the U.K., a former singer takes center stage in a different way.
Find out who and how they are honored coming up on OU Nightly.
I'm Kariana Gamboa with an update on wildfires in northwest Oklahoma. The National Weather Service says the fires are now contained in the state, but you'll be able to see and smell the hazy skies in central southwest Oklahoma. Evacuations are in order for Shattuck, Gage, and Fargo. Officials urge people not to drive in the heavy smoke. Noah, Melina.
Thanks, Kariana. Across the pond, the Royal Mint has issued a new collectible coin of late English singer George Michael.
The coin features a headshot of Michael with his famed slick back hair and aviator sunglasses, set against an engraving of the refrain from his hit single, Faith. The coin is available in different finishes and weights. It ranges in price from $20 to $3,500. Huge range there.
Oh, for sure. But we're going to take it over to Coy Taylor, OU Nightly meteorologist, on one last look at the weather.
Yes, Melina, as Kariana mentioned, we have the smoke possibly here in central Oklahoma. So this cold front switched the wind direction, so we have smoke on the leading edge. So we might see some smoke as this cold front arrives. This is what we call an old-fashioned blue northern, just a strong cold front. Our temps dive to 51 degrees by 9 p.m. We're expecting it to roll through here in Norman between 7 and 8. We're to 41 degrees by midnight. Here's one last look at your 7-day forecast. We're to 29 degrees. Grab the coat and hat tomorrow morning. Noah, Melina.
Thanks, Coy, and thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Melina Samare.
And I'm Noah Mack. Good night.